Hey guys, it's Leon here from the Workout Design Club and welcome to what I'm calling the Royal Wedding Workout. It's a Royal Wedding this week, so I thought I'd do a workout. You can use this workout anytime, okay? So, players are working individually to secure invites to the Royal Wedding, okay? So, what you're going to do then is you're going to lay out the markers as you can see here. So, we've got 6 exercises at the bottom. We've got the Royal Dungeons here. We've got the Royal Roll, so you'll need dice here. And then you've got the instructor up at the top with a well shuffled deck of playing cards, okay? So round number 1, just remember, each player is working individually. So what's going to happen then is each player is going to complete any 2 exercises for 20 reps each. If you have beginners, 12 reps, okay? Once they've completed the 2 exercises, they're going to run over to the instructor and the instructor is going to give the player a card from the top of the deck. Okay. If the card on the top of the deck is a jack, queen or king, the player is going to run over to the royal dice, roll 1 dice. If the dice lands on a even number, the player gets to keep the card. If the dice lands on an odd number, the player must give the card back to the instructor, who then puts the card to the bottom of the deck. Once that's happened, the player then can come back down into the exercise zone. Okay. Now, if the instructor gives the player a card and it's not a jack, queen, or king, the player has to give the card back to the instructor, who puts the card to the bottom of the deck, and then that player is going to complete 2 laps around the circuit. And when I say around the circuit, I mean around the instructor, around the exercises, around the roll dice of the roll dungeons. 2 laps, okay? Once the 2 laps are complete, the player can come back here into the exercise zone. So what I've just described there is round number 1, okay? Players have 21 minutes to complete as many rounds as they can. Now, when you get to the end of the challenge, players are going to be left, some players are going to be left with Jack, Queen, Kings. So that means that they've secured an invite to the royal wedding, and other players are going to be left with no cards. Okay, the players that are left with no cards, they make their way to the royal dungeon, and that will be a forfeit of your choice. Players who have an invite to the royal wedding obviously get to go to the royal wedding. Okay, it's as simple as that. Now, players with cards at the end, players with invites. If you have players that have multiple invites, so let's say you have one player who during the game has collected a jack and 2 queens, that player has 3 invites. So players with more than 1 invite, they can actually save people from the royal dungeons. So if you've got players that are just about to head to the royal dungeons, then what you want to be saying is the people with more invites than 1, then they have to give the spur invites out to other players. That way, those players that get the spur invites are saved from the royal dungeons. Okay? But again, players without invites, they make their way to the royal dungeon. There we go. That's my royal wedding workout. I hope it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, just go back and just listen to the video again. All you have to remember is once the player has done the 2 exercises, only 2 things happen. They either get a jack, queen, or king, and then they get to roll to secure that invite, or they don't get a jack, queen, king, and they have to complete 2 laps of the circuit. It's really as simple as that. Play this with your group, and please let me know how you get on. Okay, that's it for me, and I'll see you in the next video.